Hey, what's up, Patreon? I'm super excited to go through the Ableton Live Rolodex vocal chain. Now, this is something that's designed for Ableton Live Intro, but of course you can use it on Standard or Suite. It's just something that no matter what version of Ableton you have, you can use it, and it uses snapshots, which are presets with macros programmed in to give you different kinds of vocal chain sounds with just the click of a button. So it's really useful for getting a different kind of vocal sound design, and it's kind of fun the way it's designed because you'll notice in these snapshot presets that they kind of go in a chronological order, adding on more and more effects, more and more stereoization, and then crossing into some of the more bandpass or indie kind of sound design styles that you can have for a vocal chain. So especially if building a vocal chain is something that you've struggled with, or it's a bit overwhelming, or you're not sure what creative direction you want to go with your vocal sound, this can be a really fun tool to play with. And like I said, it's Ableton Intro compatible, so no matter what version of Ableton 12 that you have, you should be able to use it. So I'm just going to play through a vocal sample. This is what we did during the live stream last week that we ran, which was really fun. But what I want to do here today is just give everyone a chance to hear it and try it for yourself. You'll find it linked down below. Let's just get started with the dry vocal, and then we'll try some of these snapshot presets and go from there. So here's our dry vocal sound.
'Cause I'm hurting, 'cause I'm bleeding, going crazy.
Now what we're going to do is turn this on and make sure we're on the dry and strong setting.
'Cause I'm hurting, 'cause I'm bleeding, going crazy.
You're going to notice a big change in the frequency response. It's going to be more clear, more bright, and because this is using EQ3, it's a lot easier to get the sound you want with some of these presets and these macros than getting stuck trying to use EQ3 on its own, because that can be kind of confusing for people. Let's go for stereo presence.
'Cause I'm hurting, 'cause I'm bleeding, going crazy.
Now, especially if you're wearing headphones, you'll really notice that the sound gets quite wide. So if I A-B it,
'Cause I'm hurting, 'cause I'm bleeding.
turn it on,
'Cause I'm hurting, 'cause I'm bleeding.
you'll probably notice a big change in the sound. We can keep going and you'll notice that we'll start adding on more and more effects like chorus,
'Cause I'm hurting, 'cause I'm bleeding.
fuzz or distortion or saturation, whatever you want to call it.
'Cause I'm hurting, 'cause I'm bleeding, going crazy.
Particularly when you get to things like pop ballad, you'll start adding on these longer reverb effects and longer delay effects, which are great for a bigger kind of sound.
'Cause I'm hurting, 'cause I'm bleeding, going crazy.
One of my favorite things to do with this tool is to go to the pop star snapshot. And you'll notice that a lot of these macros turn on with that particular preset. And of course, you can always go back and tweak these things if you want to and set your own custom snapshots and whatnot. But basically with Popstar, what's really cool about it is that it's turning on a lot of these effects. So we'll listen to the sound with the preset.
'Cause I'm hurting, 'cause I'm bleeding, going crazy.
But then let's compare that to where we started with this effect not on.
'Cause I'm hurting, 'cause I'm bleeding, going crazy.
Again, we'll turn it on.
'Cause I'm hurting, 'cause I'm bleeding, going crazy.
So it's a pretty big difference, right? You can hear a lot of change happening in that vocal sound. And by the way, this is a vocal that was recorded fairly well. But I think a thing that we covered in the live stream about vocal production, and we're going to have another live stream this Thursday, by the way, is that, people don't realize how much processing they might be missing from their vocal sound while they're really judging their vocals negatively. So you might even have a good microphone and a good recording environment, but you haven't really done the processing or the tuning yet on your vocal sound. And so you're kind of misjudging the quality of your vocals are because you just haven't gotten there yet with your vocal chain. That's another reason why I really like this tool, because it's a way to quickly get yourself there and test out what kind of vocal sounds are possible. And if we scroll down this snapshot list, you can see that there's even more snapshots that are going to dive into the bandpass realm. A lot of people found my YouTube channel and my Patreon through a video that I did about bandpass vocals. If you think of songs like Feel Good Incorporated, a lot of the Gorillaz stuff, but a lot of pop and a lot of rock, different artists use this sound, which is sort of a frequency reduction sound. And it can be tricky to get this sound off of an EQ if you're not used to finding it and tweaking it, and even harder if you're using just EQ3 and Ableton Live Intro. So this preset Indie Bandpass is really fun to play with. And you'll notice it'll have this sort of sound like she's singing through like a radio speaker.
Cause I'm hurting, cause I'm bleeding, going crazy.
Again, compare this to where you started,
Cause I'm hurting, cause I'm bleeding.
and it's a massive difference, right?
Cause I'm hurting, cause I'm bleeding.
This is great for background vocal parts, ad-lib vocal parts, or your main vocal part. And when you do things like big doubling and layering effects with bandpass vocals, has a really distinct mid-range heavy sound, which can be really great. We can go over here to our rocker preset and get more of a doubling effect with this bandpass sound.
Cause I'm hurting, cause I'm bleeding, going crazy.
And that's why I really love this tool. Like, it allows you to go through different presets and just get a sense about what's possible from a sound design perspective for your vocals.
Cause I'm hurting, cause I'm hurting.
Shoegazer's going to add on more long effects.
Cause I'm hurting, cause I'm bleeding.
When you really want to drown out a vocal and go for something that has lots of reverb and lots of vibe to it. And then Indie Star, which is a really cool preset as well.
Cause I'm hurting, cause I'm bleeding.
Which you'll notice has more delay and slapback effects, which you'll really hear in your headphones.
Cause I'm hurting, cause I'm bleeding.
So it's a really fun tool to play with, and like I said, you can always make your own custom effects. For instance, you can move these macros around, hit new, and then you could rename your own variation like my preset. Super easy to do, so you can tweak it, customize it any way you want, or just use it to quickly get some inspiration going on a vocal chain, especially if vocal chains overwhelm you right now. So I highly, highly recommend it. Stay tuned. I'm going to give you guys an update for the live stream on Thursday. Got some really cool content also coming out this week for synthesizer stuff, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Have a great week. I'll see you all later. Have fun making music.